Hey Switch fans, welcome back to SwitchTop. Today I'm counting down the 20 best strategy games you can play right now on your Nintendo Switch. If you love using your brain while having fun, these games are perfect for you. I've played all of these for hours and can't wait to share why they're so awesome. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments which strategy game is your favorite. Let's jump right in. Into the Breach puts you in control of giant mechs fighting against massive bugs called the Vec. The cool thing about this game is that you can see exactly what the enemies will do on their next turn, so it's like solving a puzzle. You need to protect cities while fighting off these monsters, and every move you make matters. The maps are small 8x8 grids, but don't let that fool you, there's tons of depth here. You can push enemies into water, block their attacks to make them hit each other, or just blast them away. With different mech teams that have unique abilities, every playthrough feels fresh. Even when you lose, and you will lose, you can send one pilot back in time to try again with all their experience intact. Company of Heroes brings the chaos and excitement of World War II right to your Switch. This real-time strategy game has you commanding squads of soldiers as you battle across war-torn Europe. Unlike most strategy games, you're not just building bases and making units. You're capturing territory and using cover to keep your troops alive. The battles feel super intense because your soldiers act like real people. They'll take cover behind walls, hunker down when being shelled, and even retreat if things get too scary. You'll need to think fast as you decide when to advance, when to hold your ground, and when to pull back. The collection includes both the original game and its expansions, giving you tons of missions to play through. The controls have been adapted perfectly for the Switch, making it easy to command your forces with either buttons or touch controls.
Gun crew is down. We gotta blow that 88.
SteamWorld Heist II lets you command a crew of steam-powered pirate robots in space. This side-scrolling strategy game is all about lining up the perfect shot. Instead of moving on a grid, you control your robot crew directly, taking cover and aiming your weapons manually. The coolest part is how bullets can bounce off walls to hit enemies hiding behind cover. Nothing feels better than pulling off an impossible ricochet shot. Between missions, you'll upgrade your ship, recruit new crew members with unique abilities, and customize everyone's gear. The story follows Captain Leeway and his crew as they battle the evil ORC Corporation that's draining resources from the galaxy. The hand-drawn art style looks amazing on the Switch screen, and the mix of strategy with skill-based shooting makes every battle exciting. Even if you've never played the first game, you'll fall in love with these charming robot pirates. Northgard puts you in charge of a Viking clan trying to survive and thrive in a mysterious new land. This game mixes traditional real-time strategy with survival elements in a way that feels fresh and fun. You'll start with just a few Vikings and need to assign them different jobs. Some will hunt for food, others will chop wood, and some will become warriors to protect your territory. What makes Northgard stand out is how the harsh winters affect gameplay. You'll need to stockpile food and firewood or watch your Vikings freeze and starve. The map is divided into territories you can claim, but watch out for wolves, undead warriors, and rival clans. Each Viking clan has unique abilities, like the Wolf clan being great at hunting or the Raven clan excelling at exploration. You can win in multiple ways too, from military domination to trading or even achieving fame through epic deeds. The controls feel great on Switch, making it easy to manage your growing Viking settlement. Live Alive is a unique RPG strategy hybrid that lets you experience 7 different stories from various time periods, from prehistoric times to the far future. Each chapter has its own main character and unique gameplay twists, but they all share the same combat system. Battles take place on a grid where timing is everything. You'll position your characters and choose attacks that charge up over time. The stronger the move, the longer you'll need to wait. What's super cool is how each era plays differently. In the Wild West chapter, you'll set traps to prepare for a massive showdown, while the Ninja chapter lets you sneak around and avoid fights completely. The pixel art looks gorgeous on the Switch, with each time period having its own distinct visual style. The stories range from funny to deeply emotional, and they all connect in a surprising way by the end. The soundtrack is amazing too, with different musical styles for each era that perfectly match the setting.
You're done!
Valkyria Chronicles 4 combines turn-based strategy with third-person shooting in a beautiful watercolor world based on World War II. You control Squad E, a group of soldiers fighting for the Federation against the Imperial Alliance. During your turn, you spend action points to move your soldiers across the battlefield, taking cover and lining up shots in real time. Each soldier has a different class. Scouts can move far but have weak attacks. Shock troopers have powerful guns but move slowly. Engineers repair tanks and resupply ammo. Snipers take out enemies from afar, and grenadiers rain down explosives from a distance. The game's standout feature is the massive tank you command, which can turn the tide of battle with its powerful cannon. The story follows Commander Claude Wallace and his childhood friends as they participate in Operation Northern Cross, a last-ditch effort to end the war. The game balances serious war themes with heartwarming moments between squad members, making you truly care about your soldiers' survival.
So hungry.
Commencing counterattack. Follow my lead.
Civilization 6 lets you build an entire empire from a single settlement to a world power, guiding your civilization through thousands of years of history. You'll start by exploring the map with warriors and settlers, founding cities, and developing technologies like writing, sailing, and eventually computers and space travel. What makes Civ so addictive is how every decision matters. Do you build soldiers to protect your borders, or focus on building wonders of the world? Should you be friends with neighboring civilizations or conquer them? The game gives you multiple ways to win. You can dominate through military might, become culturally influential, advance scientifically to reach the stars, or become a religious or diplomatic leader. The Switch version includes all the features of the PC game plus some DLC civilizations, and being able to play one more turn anywhere is dangerously fun. The controls have been perfectly adapted for both touchscreen and controller play, making it easy to manage your growing empire on the go. Disgaea 7 takes strategy RPGs to crazy new levels with its over-the-top gameplay and wacky story. Set in a fantasy version of feudal Japan called Hinomoto, you follow Fuji, a lazy samurai who hates fighting, and Pirilika, a girl obsessed with Bushido code despite being terrible at it. The battles take place on grid-based maps where positioning is key. Attacking from behind or above deals more damage. What makes Disgaea unique is the absolutely bonkers level caps and damage numbers. Characters can reach level 9,999 and deal billions of damage. The item World lets you dive into your equipment to make it stronger, the Dark Assembly lets you propose and pass new game rules, and the Juice Bar boosts your stats. New to Disgaea, 7 is the jumbification system that turns your characters into giant versions of themselves for massive damage. The game never takes itself seriously with its humor and fourth wall breaking jokes, but the strategy depth is seriously impressive. With hundreds of hours of content and nearly endless customization options, this game will keep strategy fans busy forever. Persona 5 Tactica takes the beloved Phantom Thieves from Persona 5 and drops them into a grid-based strategy game that's both stylish and deep. The gang finds themselves trapped in a bizarre realm called the Kingdom, where rebels are fighting against a tyrannical ruler. The combat system is all about positioning. Get your characters on both sides of an enemy for a powerful triple threat attack that launches them across the battlefield. You'll use cover to avoid damage and set up ambushes with your team. Between battles, you'll strengthen bonds with your teammates through social links, which unlocks new abilities and combo attacks. Each character has their own unique persona with special powers and elemental affinities, adding a layer of rock, paper, scissors strategy to every encounter. The signature Persona 5 style is everywhere, from the jazzy soundtrack to the incredible menu animations that pop with color and energy. The story explores themes of rebellion and justice while introducing new characters who fit perfectly with the returning cast. If you love strategy games with personality, this one's hard to beat. Shogun Showdown is the ultimate mix of strategy, roguelike, and deck building that's perfectly suited for the Switch. You play as a wandering samurai, fighting through increasingly difficult enemies using a carefully built arsenal of moves. The genius part is how combat works. You have a hand of move cards that you play in real time to slash, dash, block, and counter enemy attacks. Each run through the game is different as you collect new techniques and face randomly generated enemy encounters. The pixel art style looks incredibly fluid in motion, with satisfying slashes and impactful hits that make every victory feel earned. As you progress, you'll unlock new samurai characters with completely different playstyles. Some focus on powerful single strikes, while others overwhelm enemies with quick combos. The boss battles are where everything comes together, requiring perfect timing and strategy to overcome these challenging opponents. What keeps me coming back is how each run teaches you something new, making you genuinely better at the game over time. No other strategy game on Switch has captured that perfect, just one more run feeling that makes it impossible to put down. Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp. This colorful military strategy game brings back two classic Game Boy Advance games with a fresh coat of paint. You'll command an army with tanks, infantry, artillery, and even stealth bombers across grid-based maps against enemy forces. Each commander you play as has a unique superpower called a CO power that can turn the tide of battle, like repairing all your units or causing extra damage. The gameplay is easy to learn, but so hard to master as you capture cities for funding, manage fuel and ammo for your units, and use terrain like mountains and forests for protection. The story follows the nations of Orange Star, Blue Moon, Yellow Comet, and Green Earth as they battle it out with charming characters and surprising plot twists. With over 40 campaign missions across both games, plus multiplayer battles, you'll be strategizing for weeks. The cute toy-like visuals hide some seriously challenging missions that'll have you scratching your head for the perfect solution. Pikmin 4 brings adorable strategy action with a fresh twist. You play as a space rescuer who crash lands on a mysterious planet filled with tiny plant-like creatures called Pikmin. These little guys follow your commands, and you'll use them to solve puzzles, gather resources, and battle strange creatures. Each Pikmin color has unique abilities. Red Pikmin are fireproof, blue Pikmin can swim, yellow Pikmin conduct electricity, and there are even more types to discover. The game adds your canine companion Ochi, who helps carry Pikmin and objects while providing new strategic options. During the day, you'll explore and complete missions, but when night falls, you need to gather your Pikmin to safety or risk losing them forever. Time management becomes crucial as you figure out the most efficient way to tackle objectives before sunset. The controls feel incredibly intuitive on the Switch, whether using buttons or touch controls. As you rescue castaways and collect treasures, you'll slowly uncover the mysteries of this beautiful but dangerous world one day at a time. Tactics Ogre Reborn, one of the greatest tactical RPGs ever made to the Switch with amazing upgrades. This game puts you in control of Danum Pavel, a young man caught in a brutal civil war in the Valerian Isles. The battles take place on isometric grid-based maps where height, direction, and unit positioning matter tremendously. You'll build an army from over 20 different character classes, from knights and wizards to beast tamers and ninjas, each with their own strengths and abilities. What's really cool is how your choices actually change the story. Do something drastic, and you'll branch off onto entirely different story paths with unique missions and characters. Combat is deep with systems for spellcasting, crafting, and even permanent character death if you're not careful. The remastered version adds voice acting, reworked battle systems, and quality of life improvements that make the classic more accessible than ever. The political storyline is surprisingly mature, dealing with themes of loyalty, justice, and the true cost of war that will keep you invested for the 50+ hour journey. SteamWorld Heist Ultimate Edition. This side-scrolling strategy game puts you in command of Captain Piper Faraday and her crew of steam-powered robot pirates. What makes this game super fun is how you manually aim your shots, and they can bounce off walls to hit enemies behind cover. It feels amazing when you pull off the perfect ricochet shot to take out a hard-to-reach enemy. Each mission has you boarding enemy ships, collecting loot, and battling rival bots in turn-based combat. Your crew members each have unique abilities. Snipers can hit targets across the map, grenadiers blow up groups of enemies, and heavies can soak up damage while dishing out pain up close. Between missions, you'll visit space bars to recruit new crew members, buy weapons, and pick up side quests. You can customize your robots with different guns and awesome hats. Yes, the hats actually do something besides looking cool. The Ultimate Edition includes all the DLC with extra missions and characters. The hand-drawn art style looks stunning on the Switch, and the steampunk western soundtrack sets the perfect mood for space pirate adventures. Wargroove, a turn-based strategy game that captures everything we love about classic Advance Wars, while adding its own magical medieval twist. You'll command an army led by a powerful commander unit with a special groove ability that can change the course of battle when charged up. The pixel art looks gorgeous, with detailed unit animations that bring the fantasy world to life. You'll recruit different units like swordsmen, archers, knights, and even giant magical creatures to battle across land, sea, and air. The campaign follows Queen Mercia as she defends her kingdom from invasion, but there are multiple factions to play as, each with unique units and commanders. Terrain plays a huge role in combat. Forests provide defense bonuses, while mountains give archers extended range. What's amazing is the built-in campaign editor that lets you create your own maps and even entire storylines with cutscenes that you can share online with other players. With local and online multiplayer for up to 4 players, custom content, and puzzle modes, Wargroove packs so much content, it's ridiculous. The charming characters and dog commanders, yes, actual dogs leading armies, add personality to every battle. Triangle Strategy, a gorgeous tactical RPG with an incredible story of war, politics, and tough moral choices. Set in the continent of Norzelia, you play as Serenoa Wolffort, heir to a noble house caught between 3 nations fighting over precious resources. The grid-based combat system focuses on positioning. Attacking enemies from behind or above deals extra damage. The stunning HD 2D art style mixes retro pixel characters with modern lighting and effects that look absolutely beautiful on the Switch. What really sets this game apart is the choice system. Throughout the story, you'll make decisions that dramatically dramatically change how events unfold, which allies join you, and even which battles you'll fight. Your choices are decided by the scales of conviction, where your companions vote based on their own beliefs and how you've influenced them. Each character has unique abilities. Some can create ice walls, others can set the battlefield on fire, and some can even push or pull enemies into traps. With multiple endings, secret characters, and different paths through the game, you'll want to replay it several times to see everything Triangle Strategy has to offer. Mario Plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, the crazy sequel that takes the tactical gameplay of the original and launches it into space. This time Mario, Luigi, Peach, and their Rabbid counterparts are traveling across the galaxy to save magical creatures called Sparks from the evil Cursa. The biggest change from the first game is the new movement system. Instead of a strict grid, you now have free movement within a certain range, letting you run, slide into enemies, and jump off teammates all in a single turn. Each character has totally different weapons and special abilities. Mario uses dual blasters, Luigi snipes from afar, and Rabbid Rosalina puts enemies to sleep with her yawns. The Sparks add another layer of strategy, giving your heroes elemental powers like fire, ice, or electricity that can turn the tide of battle. Between fights, you'll explore colorful planets, solving puzzles, and finding secrets at your own pace. The humor is laugh out loud funny with the Rabbids' crazy antics, but the strategy gets seriously challenging in later worlds. With a gorgeous orchestral soundtrack by the legendary composer Grant Kirkhope and beautiful visuals that pop off the screen, this game is a feast for the eyes and ears.
Okie dokie. Oh, yes.
Fire Emblem Three Houses, an epic tactical RPG that's part battlefield strategy and part school simulator. You play as a professor at the Gareg Mac Monastery, a military academy where you'll choose one of 3 houses of students to teach and lead into battle. The story spans 5 years with shocking twists and turns as former friends become enemies in a continent-spanning war. The combat takes place on grid-based maps where permanent death is a real threat. If your students fall in battle, they're gone for good, unless you're playing on casual mode. Between battles, you'll teach classes to boost your students' skills, build relationships through tea parties and meals, and explore the massive monastery. The best part is how you can customize each student's class path. Turn your archers into wyvern riders or your healers into deadly dark knights with nearly endless possibilities. The relationship system is super deep with support conversations that reveal character backstories and can even lead to romance. With 4 different story routes to play through, each taking 60+ hours, Three Houses offers hundreds of hours of strategic gameplay with characters you'll grow to love like your own students.
Is that all?
Unicorn Overlord, an incredible tactical RPG from the makers of 13 Sentinels. You play as Alan, the exiled prince of Cornea, as he builds a liberation army to reclaim his kingdom from the evil Zenoran Empire. What makes this game special is how it combines grand strategy with tactical combat. You'll move your armies across a huge world map, liberating towns, recruiting soldiers, and building your reputation. When battles begin, they play out in semi-automated combat where your pre-battle formation and unit placement determine success or failure. You'll command over 60 unique characters across different races like humans, beast folk, and elves, each with their own classes and abilities that can be combined in nearly endless ways. Between battles, you'll manage your army, forge relationships between characters, craft equipment, and complete side quests for the towns you've liberated. The gorgeous art style looks like a storybook come to life, with detailed character portraits and fluid battle animations. The story tackles themes of leadership, sacrifice, and what it truly means to be a good ruler, with multiple endings based on your choices and which characters you recruit. With dozens of hours of content and incredible replay value, Unicorn Overlord is a strategy masterpiece.
Brace yourself!
this suit you?
Witness the royal blade!
I am your...
The 100-line Last Defense Academy on Nintendo Switch is a bold blend of tactical RPG and visual novel created by the minds behind Danganronpa and Zero Escape. Set in a mysterious academy under siege, you play as Takumi Sumino, one of 15 students tasked with defending the school over the course of 100 intense days. Battles unfold on grid-based maps where each character brings unique skills to the fight, using ability points and building up a voltage meter for devastating special attacks. Outside combat, you'll spend free time deepening bonds with classmates, which can unlock powerful support skills and story paths. The narrative is massive, offering about 100 unique endings and one of the most content-rich scripts in gaming history, roughly the length of 60 novels. With a moody art style and emotionally charged decisions, the 100-line delivers a gripping, choice-driven story that evolves based on how you spend your time and who you trust to stand with you when the monsters come.
のスキルを使って敵を効率的に殺しまくる。ボルテージが 100% 以上溜まったら必殺技で広範囲を一気殲滅。それが戦闘の基本ね。
And there you have it, the top 20 strategy games on Nintendo Switch that you absolutely need to play. Which ones are already in your collection? Which ones are you adding to your wish list after watching this video? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this countdown, please hit that like button and subscribe for more Nintendo Switch content every single week. This is SwitchTop signing off. See you in the next video.